Hello everyone, Chisana and welcome to my channel. So Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 Chidimma Adetshina returned to the Cape Town Regional Court yesterday to challenge the ongoing deportation proceedings that Home Affairs is seeking against her. Guess what? Chidimma Adetshina's legal team is now arguing that she has no meaningful ties to Nigeria, insisting that she was born in South Africa. They say she's not a flight risk and that her citizenship remains the subject of a separate High Court challenge. They further argued that Home Affairs had not conducted a fair investigation into her own status before declaring her documents invalid. Okay, I get them arguing that she was born in South Africa or she spent her entire life in South Africa, but what do they mean by saying she has no meaningful ties to Nigeria when she's actually Miss Universe Nigeria 2024? I'm sure they mean her life is not rooted in Nigeria because she grew up in South Africa, but still, when she was in Nigeria, she was singing a different tune. I mean, we all saw Chidimma when she was in Nigeria, very boastful, saying she's not planning to return to South Africa.
What's like the vibe Lagos is giving to you so far, though? Like, how are you loving the Lagos vibe? Like is Lagos a place where you'd be like, you know what, I'm relocating from South Africa to come stay?
I think it's safe to say I'm not going back again. It's amazing. It's been amazing. I'm not even looking forward to going back. I just want to explore more. I want to stay longer and just see what happens next.
Like, I really enjoyed my stay in Nigeria. Like, even now, like I said, like once I get my documents sorted and everything, I'm going. Like, I'm really going. You know, Nigeria was really great for me. Like, the 7 months that I stayed there, it was amazing. I still feel like there's more to unleash in Nigeria. Like, there's so many opportunities there. Like, it's insane. I also wanted to do Big Brother next year. Actually, I wanted to do Big Brother this year, right? But then my manager was like, no, you can't do Big Brother because you are still Miss Universe Nigeria, blah, 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 blah.
She went on to finish as the runner-up at Miss Universe in Mexico in 2024 thanks to her Nigerian passport, which allowed her to travel to Mexico. Her Nigerian folks kept reminding us that she doesn't need South Africa because she's gonna be in New York. And then freaky, what happened? Anyway, while Chidimma Adetshina's legal team vehemently denies her strong ties to Nigeria, Home Affairs insists that Chidimma Adetshina is an illegal foreign national with no valid documentation and should be detained pending her deportation. Now, for those that don't know why Chidimma Adetshina is suddenly facing deportation, it is because she was arrested last month in Cape Town, June 2026, after immigration authorities alleged that she and her minor son were residing in South Africa without lawful immigration status. Home Affairs says Chidimma Adetshina's South African documents were cancelled in 2024 by default when her Mozambican mother Annabella Rungo was charged with identity theft dating back to 2001. According to Home Affairs, Chidimma Adetshina was given an opportunity to respond, but instead she left South Africa for Nigeria and ended up obtaining Nigerian passports for herself and her minor child. She later applied for a South African visa, but it was denied and she was declared a prohibited person in December 2024 after allegedly submitting a fraudulent statement while applying for a South African visa. Chidimma ended up returning from Nigeria early last year, entering South Africa illegally via the Mozambican border. As for the argument that Chidimma Adetshina was born in South Africa, Home Affairs says that under the South African Citizenship Act of 1995, birth within the country's borders does not automatically grant South African citizenship. So according to this act, even if Chidimma Adetshina was born in South Africa, it does not mean she automatically gets South African citizenship. To be honest, I think it's imperative to learn and respect the immigration laws of the country you're moving to as a foreigner so that you don't make assumptions and then see yourself as a victim and end up fishing for sympathy online when you didn't read the immigration laws. South Africa has never had citizenship by birth or what others know as citizenship by soil. It's not just South Africa. There are many countries that do not have that, including the UK. Just because Canada and the United States have that, it doesn't mean every single country has that. When Chidimma entered Miss South Africa in 2024, she said she was studying law. How come she doesn't know this? By the way, South African courts are very lenient. I wouldn't even be surprised if Chidimma, including her mother, get away with all of this. So the least Chidimma can do is just be honest. Why is she now saying she doesn't have any close ties to Nigeria? How about being truthfully honest and be like, All I've known is South Africa. Yes, I was in Nigeria. It didn't work out because all I've known is South Africa. The lawyer can push it a bit and say what Chidimma's mother did had nothing to do with her. Anyway, Chidimma is very much unfazed by all of this. She took to social media to say she will not give up her fight to stay in South Africa. She wrote, exhausted, yes. Burnt out, yes. Depressed, yes. Will I give up? No. This post was shared in the midst of her immigration case yesterday. Anyway, do let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
Here's the video about Chidimma's legal representation, and I'm just going to say this. The more I've looked into this, the more interesting this gets. So here's the firm, De Saude-Darbandi attorneys. They call themselves thought leaders in South African immigration and citizenship law. Now we need to go back to 2024. Why? Because in November 2024, they wrote an article about how Chidimma could win back her citizenship, which opens up as saying, despite Chidimma and her mother having their South African ID documents and passports revoked by the Department of Home Affairs, there is one loophole she can use to win back her citizenship. Here is the loophole they're referring to if you want to pause to read. But now we should jump forward to 2025. Because it turns out this is the exact same law firm that is representing Chidimma's mother. Stefanie de Saude-Darbandi, an immigration lawyer, part of Rungo's team, said her client had abided by her bail conditions. It's the same law firm, guys. But it gets a little deeper because just last month, she wrote an article strongly criticizing March and March's immigration enforcement deadline. It's the same person. But let's just be honest, this no longer appears to be detached commentary from an immigration expert. This is the same firm that publicly identified a legal loophole for Chidimma, represented her mother, and now is taking on Chidimma's case for free. Now I'm asking why? Is it for publicity? If you win this, you are the law firm that got Chidimma back in the country. Or are you using this to set a precedent for more than Chidimma? Because what happens if they win this? I don't know the answer, but the relationship definitely should be part of public discussion now.